Welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara. This is Barbara Talks. I will be talking about the dark side of all the signs today, but just because, you have this sign, I know people are attached to the sign that they have doesn't mean that this is going to be you. It's a plane of duality at the end of the day. It's just how the sign can express itself when it's in the dark version of itself or the shadow of the energy. And plus, in a natal chart, there's so many things to look at, so sometimes the energy might not be expressed in this way. You guys can see what signs you guys resonate with most in your chart. Sometimes people have a dominant energy. Some people are sometimes, let's say, Scorpio dominant, or some people are sometimes, let's say, Aries dominant, or Libra dominant. You know what I mean? So it can be Sun, Moon, Rising, but it's like you do still have a dominant energy at the end of the day. So that's probably what's going to resonate with you most. Let's go ahead and jump into it. The dark side of Sagittarius. Another sign that I find people don't focus on the dark side about. So Sagittarius, this like happy-go-lucky optimism, that's there. But a dark-sided Sagittarius really goes into the opposite of that. They can really go into pessimism. Okay, Sag is about truth. They can also lie when they're in the shadow of the energy. Now, Sag can be really smart. So because Sag can be smart, this is also why they can be very manipulative as well. They're mutable. So with Sagittarius, they're mutable, fire, masculine. So what's interesting with Sag, what I've noticed with them is they have the masculine energy within to start things and be passionate and go after things, but it's mutable. Once again, going back to the mutable signs. So Sag being mutable, what I've noticed with them is they lack discipline. Sag, when it's in the shadow, they lack discipline is what I've noticed. Once again, they bounce off of their oppositional energy, which is Gemini. So when things aren't interesting, when things are boring, they're going to drop it. They're going to move on to the next thing. They don't have the focus sometimes is what I've noticed with them. Sometimes also with the mutable signs overall, but with Sag too, is like, it's all about what's in front of them. So good luck making a plan with them. Good luck catching them. Okay. They're always out the door on to the next adventure. If they're not there with you, it's like, it's hard to catch them, to make a plan with them. With them, what I've noticed is they kind of give me the energy of, you guys know the movie Catch Me If You Can? Like Sag in the shadow can really be criminally minded because they're really smart. They really can be. And once again, one of you guys was asking about the serial cross outers. Sagittarius is in there. The top ones are all the mutable signs. And one of you guys was asking, why is it the mutable signs? Well, it's because they're shapeshifters. They are shapeshifters, the mutable signs. They are able to, especially Sag, charismatic. They're able to talk to people, get them to like you, pull you in. That's what it is with the mutable energies, obviously for different reasons, for the different mutable signs, but it's this. So criminal energy, sometimes when they're in the shadow, they can really go into gambling. They can really go into hedonism. They can do things in an excess. This is Jupiter, but everyone talks about positive expansion with Jupiter. Jupiter in the shadow of the expansion is going to be like, all the shadow traits are being expanded, like literally all the shadow traits, right? So they can go into gambling. Get rich quick schemes is also Sagittarius. It could be this, because also you're going out of Scorpio into Sag. And if you look at Sag, the 12th house of Sag is Scorpio. If you look at just Sag as a sign. So Sag is actually the outward expression of Scorpio. They can even be more hypersexual than Scorpios. So that's the thing, like everyone thinks that Scorpio is like the most sexual sign. Scorpio's sexuality is usually rooted in some form of motive. Sag, again, they're international, right? So they're trying everything with everybody. Because again, if you look at Sag and then the 7th house of Sag is Gemini. Sag wants the variety, okay? And again, they can connect with a lot of people. You're saying Sagittarius are always making plans and standing everyone up. It's so funny because Sagittarius, no, they can't pull through with a plan. They cannot pull through with a plan. They'll tell you one thing in the morning and it'll be a different plan by the evening. That's just Sagittarius energy. They're not consistent. They're not, first of all, they're non-committal. They're flaky sometimes too. This is in the shadow. The shadow, we're talking about the shadow of the energy here, you guys. They can be flaky. They might not be consistent. And this is a struggle for them because again, even though they're masculine, they're gonna have to work on discipline to actually bring something through down here on this earth plane. Otherwise, they're everywhere. And sometimes Sag in the shadow can feel like, because again, they're ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a spiritual planet. They can feel like they're being led by something higher. They can feel like they're being led by something greater. So they can also drop a lot of people. This person doesn't serve me anymore. I'm going to this country. It can be very impulsive, the energy too. Reckless. That's all Sagittarius. They can burn a lot of bridges. Sagittarius can literally burn a lot of bridges because again, it might feel like they're being led by something higher and greater. And it's like, this person doesn't serve me anymore, which like, sometimes I get it. People don't serve you and they're shadowing and so on and so forth. Like that is all there, but they can like literally like end up not really being rooted anywhere. If you have like strong Sagittarius placements in your chart or Sag stellium, or again, nothing really grounding you, it's like a lot of time can pass with like all of these fun things. But then it's like later on, it's like nothing was either created, you weren't really grounded anywhere, you weren't really rooted anywhere. You said a lot of talking with Sag, smooth talker energy. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of pickup artists had Sag in their charts as well. Sag is good in like sales also, do you know what I mean? Anything to do with like, again, convincing people, because like they can be very preachy and even go into like cult leader energy, even though to me that's a little bit more Pisces, but I can see Sag kind of playing out that way as well. They can't be tied down and they're not meant to. That's just the expression of the energy, okay, in this lifetime. So it depends what they're trying to do down here. It depends what they're trying to achieve, because if they do have a goal in mind, they're gonna have to work on the discipline, essentially. If they're just trying to live for the moment and they're like, wee, you know, it doesn't really matter. Another thing with Sag too, what I've noticed, like, they can also be very much about winning, okay? So sometimes with Sag, I've noticed like also with the energy, they'll do anything to win. So they kind of like lose the plot in the shadow as well, where it's like, it doesn't even become about the goal anymore. Like whatever they're trying to get, they're just trying to win. So they can even overstep boundaries, for example. Shadow Sag will sometimes do anything to win is what I've noticed with them. So they don't even care, again, because it's not masculine energy. So they'll sometimes do anything to get to the end goal. And even if that means like, the visual that I'm getting is like, let's say like a horse, and like a horse is like running, right? And it's like running, it's like knocking all these things over, and it's like not even paying attention to what it's knocking over. That's sometimes Sagittarius energy in the shadow.